Hi everyone, Victoria here for Tonic Studios. I'm Victoria, I'm part of the design team here in the UK, and if you've never been to my channel before, big warm welcome. Now, it's been a while since I've been with you, apologies, but I have been, as I say, I've been locked in the broom cupboard, but it's been a very busy time. So I'm here with a brand new die set with you today, and this is called Remarkably Retro Gaming Collection. And as you can see by this shape here, it is an arcade game. And this brought back some memories for me from in the 80s. There's loads of dies here in the set. It's a full A4 sheet. I've just put mine on magnetic sheets because of ease of use for demonstration. But this is a huge die set collection. You have the gaming console part, you have a little rocket ship there with the detail, you've got stars, you've got loads of writing, you've got your little Space Invader icon there, a little one and a medium one. You've even got the little joystick for the game console, which is 2D, well, it's 3D. And I'm just going to show you how I've put mine together. Now, a bit rusty because I put this together some time ago, and this has been shamelessly sat on the side for a few weeks. So I've just not had time to get to it. Every time I've planned something, something else has cropped up. So this is one of the sets that's in the Remarkably Retro Gaming Collection, but there is another set. Now, I'm not going to demonstrate this one today, but this is another set that I've just put on a smaller sheet. And this is your smaller hand game console. I don't know what you call them. I'm not that well clued up. But as you can see, it looks like the real thing with all the controllers and everything. And that makes up a lovely 3D box. Great for just putting a little treat in, or even a gift card for a child. And you also get this Remarkably Retro Gaming stamp set, which you can use across both sets, which is fantastic. Now, I don't know if they're going to be paired together or whether they're going to be separate. I have no idea. They probably will be together, but that's the other die set. But like I say, I'm not going to be showing you that one today. Going to go on with this one here. So I'm going to put this one to one side because I've got all the pieces cut out. And as I always say to you, wet glue all the way. Okay. So I have this big long section here with teeth on each side, and I've gone ahead and I've scored everything for ease. On the instructions, it actually tells you to cut one of these. You'll actually need to cut 4. I think there might have been a wee mistake there on the instructions, and it was too late. It'd already gone to print. So you will need 4 of these. You're going to need 4 or 5 of these. Yeah, 5 of these, and you're going to need 4 of these little guys. Okay, and all become apparent. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to add glue to 1/2 of this piece here. Okay, and this is what is going to make the structure of your box. So you're just going to join all the tabs all the way around till we've got 4 joined together. So we'll add another one here. So I hope you've all been well. I do apologise, it has been some time since I've been with you. I've been doing lots of jobs to the house, redecorating jobs inside, outside and all over the show before the winter season is upon us, which it is now here. Time to dig out the old woolly jumpers and maybe a canoe and some welly bobs, as I say. So that one glues onto there. need your wellies here in the UK, don't we? So then we'll add another one and we'll just keep going. This is going to form the base of the box. This is where all your little treats and gifts are going to go inside. So we'll just put that down there. And you will wait and give yours a little bit more time than myself. I'm marching on as always. So again, adhesive down here. Now this will be launching very soon, next week I believe, so obviously I'll post this video when we come to launch so that you can see how it's all been constructed. So again, we'll add another one. There we go. It's I like this box because it's something for girls, boys, men, even ladies, because it takes me back. So we'll add a little bit more glue to this end here, like so. Down we go. And that is your 4 connected. So I'm just going to put those to one side to let them dry, and then we'll add these connecting pieces here. So again, we're going to add glue to this piece. And we all have a different ways of putting things together. Another DT member might show you a different way of putting it together. That's the beauty of a DT, is sometimes some of us will find different ways which will work, and some of us stick to the way the instructions were made, and sometimes you just find an easier solution yourself. So again, add in this, and as you can see, this is going to be the base. Go all the way around. I thought I would get this done tonight because it's Halloween tomorrow. I think I'm going to get inundated with knocks on the door. And I always used to do Halloween. I always used to do Halloween boxes for the children knocking on the door. But all those children now are grown, at college, universities, left home. And so there's not that many little ones. Well, there aren't any little ones left in this road. So I don't tend to do Halloween anymore. But it can be a little bit rowdy with a knock 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 on the door. So we're grumpy old things now. We turn the lights off, shut the curtains, and watch TV for the night. There we go. So now you can, if you wish, add this to one of the panels and then wrap it round. Am I going to do that? Yeah, why not? Why not? We will. Like I said, it's been a while since I created this box, so even I'm thinking, how did I put it together now? So I'm just going to add it to this layer here and then work my way along. We will have to wait for it to dry a little bit. There we go. I usually use my bone folder. Where my bone folder? There it is. I was thinking something was missing. Oh, now she drops it on the floor. Oh, there we go. Get my head in the way. I was thinking there's something missing, and I normally have something in this hand. What is it? See, rusty. There we go. So we fold this one in and then glue that one down. Make sure you tuck him in so he's neat and tidy. There we go. Just going to go on the inside there and push down with my bone folder, and it just makes the card stick to each other a little bit faster. And again, glue on this ridge panel there, and then we'll do this one actually first. There we go. Do this one first. Bring that one in. And again, I'm just going to go in with the bone folder. There we go. There we go. And then we're going to add adhesive to this piece here and this piece here, so you can see there those two pieces, and you're going to bring those in, tuck in the bottom, tuck in the side. There we go. And then go inside, tuck all those bits in, and there we have the base of the box put together there. So let me just go over those score lines again just to make sure. I don't want it. There we go. So there you're left with your base. Okay, so we're going to put that to one side. So now we have the back of what will be the games machine, and you'll see a glue tab here, one here and one here. So we want to glue this one to this side here, and we want to glue this one to this side. So we want to make sure that this centre section here has this little cutout bit here, this half circle facing down, not up. So you want to make sure that this lip here, this little glue tab, is at the top, not at the bottom where I previously put it. So that is how it goes together. Okay, so they just go each side, and this goes pointing down. So we'll continue. So we put the glue here on this glue tab, and then press this over that glue tab, lining it all up. See, this is why Vicky should always just do a video after she's made it, because I have a brain like a sieve, believe it or not. And when I've done several memory books and umpteen boxes later, it's like, oh, remember how that one goes together now. So now you're left with this really long shape here, and then as you'll see, as you start working around, this tab here will be glued to this tab here. Okay, and then we're going to work away to here. All right, so we're going to glue here and here and here. This is where Vicky gets gung-ho, and she should just take her time. I just want to get to the decoration. These are great fun to decorate. They really are good fun. So then we want to move to that section. I think I've had my shredded wheat today. That's what it is. I'm raring to go. Need to get to the next section. Right. So then we get to this section here. I'm going to fold that in. Bring it round. And then we're going to crease that back. So get your fingers in there and hold it. I've got everything in charge. I've got cables everywhere. Dear me. So when we get to this section here, this part kind of goes in at an angle. So I am not doing anything with it just now. I'm going to glue the other side so it's more or less at the same stage. So again, adhesive on this part and this part. So again, slide your hands inside to hold it. And just hold it until you know the glue's grabbed. As you know, I'm a big believer in wet adhesive, boxes and cards. Sometimes you'll need red liner tape to help hold things in place until you can add the glue, but the glue has the longevity, unlike tape. Tape tends to dry out, and it also discolours. Tissue tape discolours over time, so if you've made something for someone as a keepsake, when you do go back to it in years to come, it will be yellow and probably have dried out. So this is why we tend to use red liner if we're going to use a strong tape. Tissue tape has its place, of course it does, and it works as a good adhesive if you're just making a quick card for somebody, and it's you know it's not going to be like treasured and kept for a long time. Then yes, tissue tape has its place as well. Everything has its place for certain things. So then I'm just going to hold that one in place there until I know that glue has gone tacky. And as you can see by the shape, you can see it taking shape. I'm just going to get my finger in there, hold it shut. There we go. Just going to put that underneath it so I've got something to press against. You want to make sure it's quite stuck together before we move on, because you're going to manipulate the card a little bit into shape. And you want it to be stuck right at the top. There we go. So this piece then goes inwards, okay, and you can see that it goes in there, but it doesn't glue here where you think it's going to glue. I'll show you what I tend to do. I will put glue on these pieces, but I don't press them in against this part here. I go to this next section, which goes here, because it kind of sits inwards at an angle there. Can you see? So it doesn't actually sit flush with this part of the box here. And all will become clear. But I tend to then put adhesive here, because it will find its own way. And then adhesive here, and I will put adhesive here just because I can and I know where it's going. So I'm going to push that in and up, and then I want to push this next section in line with this section here. Okay, so I'm just waiting until that glue has grabbed a hold. And apologies, because I am going to hold it to me. I'm going to be hugging it, as we say. I do tend to do one side and then I'll do the other side. I'll hold that in there. And then now I'm going to flip to the other side and make sure I flip that piece in and then that piece in. So we're just going to hold it there. She says, I've got sticky glue all on my hands, so apologies guys. I'm going to hug it. I'm going to bring it to me so I know where I'm holding it. And then I'll come back into shot. I don't like doing that because I know you guys want to see everything. But sometimes a little bit of hugging is necessary. But can you see now how it recesses back in on itself? I'll just wait till this side's grabbed because my other side has popped out a little bit. It's just waiting for the glue to dry. And you all know me by now. I'm an eager beaver and I want to get on. I want to get on and play. Decorating is the fun part. Right, so I'm going to hug it against me again till I get the right position, and then I will be back in view, hopefully there. So just hold that now. Oh, it's because I've got sticky glue on my fingers. Right. Go where you're going. That's it. Just going to hold that now until I know I can move on to the next stage. And if you get any adhesive anywhere, it will dry clear as long as it's not spilled everywhere. You know, a tiny little bit like that will dry clear. Just make sure that your score line meets up with the next part, because obviously then we're coming out and we're coming down and we're coming in and we're coming down. So all those panels must meet. So I'm going to add adhesive to this next panel. I'm just going to go one panel at a time. Bring that down. There we go. Got glue everywhere. I feel like I've been out the loop. I've been missing for a while. A fair few die sets have been and gone, and I've just not had chance to come and say hello to you guys, I'm afraid. There we go. I would actually fast forward this part of the video so that you're not sat watching glue dry, but sometimes you do miss little bits, so I tend not to fast forward through a tutorial, only if I'm colouring, because obviously when you've seen a little bit of colouring you kind of get the gist of where you're going with something, and I will skip through that. But when you're doing panel by panel, I think it's important that you see exactly where it's all going. And to be fair, if we make mistakes, we all make mistakes. It doesn't matter how long you've been crafting, what experience you've got as a crafter. We all make mistakes. Every day is a school day, I say. I've been learning some new tricks of the trade with video editing recently, things that I didn't know that you could do, that you can do, and yeah. And when you're on a DT, you all help each other, to be fair. And then we like to come and share what we know, just to make life easier, really. So, tuck that one in there. So as you can see, we're kind of following this pattern round. Like I said, the only one that you don't follow is the one at the top where it goes in. Right, so I'm going to hold one side at a time because I'll press one and the other one will pop out. So I think the best bet is to get your fingers underneath there. That's it. There we go. Once you've made one, you'll be away. I've made this a long time ago now, and like I said, it's been sat on the side there forever and a day, looking at me saying, please make the video, please make the video. And then because we've had a few boxes in between, it's like, oh, can't remember how this one goes together now. And I did have some instructions originally, but I have no idea where they've popped off to. There we go. Take that excess glue away. And you'll get to know what's the best way to hold it, grab it until that glue's grabbed. I always think I sound like a broken record when I come on here telling you to hold it and use wet glue. But I forget we have new crafters all the time and they might not necessarily know how we put our construction together. And we all started off somewhere. So I'm just going to put some wet adhesive there and some more there because that's being stubborn. And hold that one down. Got to put some little festive makes together soon as well. They're not new, they're already existing, but I've got some bits cut to one side and I've got some little candy cane sweeties to put in one of them. So I've still got some projects to share with you that I've made, and they've already launched, but I didn't do the launch, but I have made some samples with it, so I need to share those with you as well. It's like an Aladdin's cave in this craft room, honestly. There's bits and pieces here, there and everywhere. God forbid I ever got it caught on camera. DCS hair and foot and Sue and Joanna and all those would all be on it. You guys make me laugh, honestly. How you find some of this stuff is beyond me. You're like Miss Marple. Little Miss Marples. Right, so me blubbering on, there we go. So as you can see now, that has taken shape, and you see how they've nested in on a slant. They're stuck in place because once they're in place you can just grab them there and they will be glued, but that's the best way to get that shape. And then as you can see, this will sit on top of here like so. In you go. And then you have that little stopper there that holds it all together so it holds it as one. So the top goes inside the base like that. And now we are good to decorate, and this is the bit I'm excited for. So I will unhinge both sides whilst we do a little bit of decorating. So as you can see, I've gone the holographic and the purpley CP as the base layer, and these are going to go onto the side panels here. So just like that, and then just hold those in place. You could add them with foam pads if you prefer, but I am having mine flat because I'm going to add dimension with the decoration. So we're going to go further with the decoration once this panel's dry. And the beauty of this is you can put your hands inside the box whilst you're waiting for that to dry. Now you could actually add the panels flat, and then when you decorate it they're already glued in place. That is completely up to you. There we go. And there we go. So we're going to add the other side now. There we go. And just hold that now. Get any excess glue off there. Nearly there. I'm surprised there's not fireworks going off actually. We had fireworks going off earlier today, which was a complete waste because it was daylight outside, and I thought, goodness me, they cost so much money these days and they're letting them off in daylight. It doesn't add up to me. Right, so we've got that. So we have another two panels, coordinating panels. So this one can go down here, this one can go up here. Just have to be a little bit patient because I've used Miri. It's quite stiff and takes a little bit longer to dry. There we go. I'll leave that one off for now until I've made my mind up what I'm having where. So we've got that one on there. That still needs gluing down a little bit more. There we go. So I'm going to have this panel on top. We've got that one there. Yeah, if I remember rightly, I put that one there. That's right. So we'll put that on now. Ah, there she goes. I can hear fireworks. I spoke too soon, guys. So I apologise if you can hear pop, pop, bang, bang, bang. There we go. Take the excess glue off there. And then just be a little bit patient. I am not the most patient person at all. But it does pay to be a little bit patient when you're using wet adhesive. It's much better in the long run. Right. So as you can see there, it's starting to take shape with the panels. So as you can see, we've cut a little screen here, and that's just going to be tucked underneath there. Now you could have a white piece underneath there. I'm just wondering now if I might put a white piece and then a black piece, so we'll hang fire on that. I'll tell you what we will do though, we will add these panels to the box whilst Vicky makes her mind up which way she's going to go. So we've gone for some funky bright colours here, because these machines tend to be bright colours and flashing lights, and there we go. I think this would be great for those teenagers, but also I think our hubbies would like this type of box as well. There we go. There we go. Last one. So as you can see, that will slide in there and it'll go up to that panel, and then it will just slide underneath this little tab here. So just tease that out a little bit like that, slide that in, and that will lock down on your box. Now you can put another panel here if you want to. It's completely up to you. I've not cut a panel for there, but you could quite easily have a panel on the back. So I'm just holding some of those corners because I can see they're not quite glued down there. So we now have this little controller panel there, and I've just put a red piece of card underneath it, and then I've filled in with some yellow paper pieced little buttons there. So we also have this little controller panel there, which I am going to add little foam pads to. So I shall add a little foam pad to that one there. I'll put that on the back. That's just been cut out of red, cherry red, not cherry red, chili red, and the purple there. And then here is where your little joystick goes in. So you'll cut 2 and you'll put adhesive on the back there and on one half, and then you'll put the other half to it and just hold those until they've grabbed. Then they tease back like so. Just make sure they're well and truly stuck. And then I tend to add a little bit of glue around the edge like so. Put that underneath and let it dry. So you're best off putting it flat on a surface like that, and then hold it. Just like that. I'll buff those finger marks off. And as you can see, it's grabbed underneath, it's grabbed on top, and then you can add your little red handle like so, and then add one on the other side just like this. There we go. And then I'm actually going to put a foam pad on the back there, and another one. She says. There we go. And I'm going to put that on there, so that will sit on my little panel there. Just going to take that off there, Mel. Whilst we're working on it. So you've got your little controlling pad there, and then I'm not going to add that to white. I'm just going to put that inside. Any glue on there. I seem to get myself in a sticky mess today. There we go. There we go. Right. And then if I'd put a white screen in, I could have then added this onto the white screen, but we're just going to add this anyway because we've cut it out. Try and get it in the centre. There we go. All those bits out the way. Right, so let's have a tidy up. Now we have all these sentiments, little wow pow banners, little rockets. So what have we got? So I'm going to add one of these again with a foam pad. And I'm going to have one right across the screen. Okay. So I'm going to have one in there like that. And then we're going to have well played. So we're going to put some wet adhesive on there, and we're going to have that. Are we going to have that there? We're going to have it there. No, we're going to have that one there. See, best laid plans and all that. I changed my mind like the weather, honestly. There we go. So I think we're going to have, we will have Let's Play on the screen. So let's put you in there. I'm missing my tweezers as well now. That's what I'm missing. All these little gadget tools I normally have to hand, and Vicky doesn't know what she's done with them. Where are they? There we go. Right, so then we're going to have another one of these banners, and I'm just going to put adhesive on the back of there, and then we're going to lay that one on top. Gives you a nice little border. And then we shall have, should we have kapow or should we have a zap? We'll have a zap on there, like that. And then we'll have another foam pad on the back of there. And where are we going to have that one? I think we should have it around about there, possibly. So we go on there, on the front, and then we'll have these on the side. So again, we'll have some foam pads cut to size. There we go. So I'll put a foam pad on that one. We'll have a foam pad on that one. One on there. And one on there. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a foam pad left there and there. So we'll put one on the back of there, a couple on the back of there, and one for our rocket. There we go. So let's put the rocket on its backing plate. There we go. There we go. Just make sure he's all stuck down. I mean, you could have him flying off in another direction, but we will put this sentiment on. So I think we'll have kapow there. We'll have one of these guys there. Then we'll follow the other side. So we'll have one there. And then we'll have, ooh, if we put it at an angle we have. So we'll go the opposite way. And then we've got this little chap. We'll put you there. Make sure we've got a little something on the back there. But again, like I said, you can put a panel on the back there if you want to. And then I think we'll have we want it the other way, don't we? Like it's going up into the sky. There we go. So let's have a tidy up. So you've got on your TV screen there, Let's Play. You've got the game console there with a little joystick. We've got Well Played. Now, like I said before, this panel here, you could add one here and here on the front there, but we've just filled it in with some sentiments. Again, you could put one of these on the back here as well in the same colours. It's completely up to you. But then when we slide that in, it takes a hold on the back, and that is your games console. I just think they're so much fun. You could paper piece with different bright colours in these panels here to add a little bit more depth and dimension. But I think that's going to be suitable for everyone. Male, female, young or old, because it certainly takes me back. Anyway, guys, that is going to be the Remarkably Retro Gaming Collection. Like I said, there are 2 different sets. Not quite sure how they will be sold yet. Probably together, but I'm not sure. So any questions, please put them in the comments. If you're not following already, it would be wonderful to have your company. So just click that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, and you'll see some of the latest releases being shown here on my channel. So I just want to say thank you very much for joining me today. It's a pleasure to have your company as always, and take care and happy crafting.